Ellen McCauley at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. And it's February 5th. And like I said last week, many of you are mini quitting. You're going through the motions. You know, you're coming, and that's good, that's important. But the other things, the eating less, the eating healthy, the moving more, you're having a hard time wrapping your head around. And one of the biggest things I hear every single week is, I'm so hungry. I'm hungry. All I think about is food. I am hungry. So tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about why are you always hungry, okay? Now, there is a word for it. Extreme hunger is called polyphagia. Now, I do not think anyone in the group has that. But if you actually are feeling hungry all the time, there could be a medical reason, there could be a psychological or emotional reason, which I feel in many cases is what brings us here to Pray It Off. If you have diabetes, the first sign is weight loss you can't explain. So no one's coming in here with food logs that are crammed full of food and losing 3 pounds a week. You know, we had someone who was losing weight and their food log didn't reflect it, and it turned out they did have adult onset diabetes, and now they're on medication, they've lost weight, they're doing better. Now, low blood sugar can make you hungry, hypoglycemia, and you'll feel a little anxious. You feel like your heart's skipping a beat. You feel like you have a little shaking and sweating. Many people say they have low blood sugar, and some of them do. But a lot of people like saying it because it gives them an excuse to eat a candy bar. You know? Did you ever see someone go, I have low blood sugar, give me a Snickers? If you have low blood sugar, it is a medical condition, and you have some of these symptoms. And by all means, have something. But guess what? A clementine has as much sugar as you need for low blood sugar as a Snickers does, okay? Also, lack of sleep. Sleep is so critical, especially as we age. And everyone in this room is aging. And you know, if you've got a couple bucks, an Apple Watch costs between $200 and $300. Instead of having your loved one give you candy or flowers, you can't even get a nice bouquet of flowers under 60 bucks. Instead of doing that, I remember a few years ago, maybe 18 years ago, on Valentine's Day, Bob gave me a 14-karat gold chain. He gave me like a CD of one of my favorite artists, and then he gave me a Fitbit. It was my first Fitbit, and I went crazy. A Fitbit! I was ecstatic. Have your loved one either get you a $200 or $300 Apple Watch or a $100 or so Fitbit. Now, both of them will give you a sleep score. It will tell you if you've had deep sleep, if you've had good REM. It will tell you how many times you were awake. Many of them will tell you if you're in AFib or if you have any kind of a heart issue. I can't tell you as we age how important those kinds of tools are. If you go missing, it will even alert the police where you are. I hope none of you go missing, okay? Also, if you are having a hard time staying alert, if you change of mood, we all need a minimum of 7 hours of sleep a night. I don't go to bed unless I start calculating. Okay, I'm going to bed at this time, that's how many hours of sleep. I really value my restorative sleep. And here's the biggest thing for why you're always hungry, Pray It Offers: stress. If you're the only one in your office that's in charge of everything and everyone's just giving you more work and you're hungry all the time, you're stressed. If you are tired, have angry outbursts, and people even have a word for it, they call it hangry. They don't know if they're hungry or angry. They just want something to soothe that stress. So when you are under stress, you don't want a salad. You want something that's high in sugar, or fat, or both. And here's something else. Your diet. If the best way to curb hunger is with protein, lean meats, fish, dairy products, and fiber, because your body takes time to digest those and breaks them down. It fills you up, and you're not hungry again. If you eat a fast food meal, in an hour you're going to want a milkshake because your body is not going to be breaking that down. Also, pastries, white bread, packaged meals, fast foods lack the nutrients and they're high in fat and unhealthy carbs, and you're hungry again. If you're having a meal with good protein and veggies and fruit, and you chew slowly, you take your time, I have to honestly say I am never hungry, ever. That's because I have a very slow metabolism as well. And when I weighed in the 300s, it wasn't because I was hungry. I was weighing in the 300s because my body doesn't need certain foods. I wasn't moving enough. And here's the big one, medication. If you are on steroids or any kind of antidepressants, certain ones I should say, every time I went on an antidepressant, I went back up to 300 pounds. And that's why God, in His mercy, took that away from me when I started praying off. He said to me, I will help you if you help other people. And maybe I'm not telling anyone to go off their antidepressants. I'm just saying to you, if you are on one and you want to wean yourself off, try doing things for more people. Make sure you meet with your doctor, because it is more difficult to lose weight on antidepressants and steroids. Can you? Yes, but it's a little harder. If you have a thyroid problem, I'm 71 years old, and I must have asked my doctor maybe 1,000 times a different, can you sure I don't have a thyroid problem? I really want a thyroid problem. Can you check it again? Isn't there some super secret thing that I don't have? Maybe you should do some ultra test. Can I go to upstate and get all these thyroid? I thought for sure. My sister had thyroid problems, my niece, my mother, not me. No thyroid problems. But if you have fast pulse, feel nervous, sweat more than normal, there's two kinds of thyroid issues. Those where you lose weight really fast, no one's got that in this group. Or maybe you're having trouble losing weight. If you have not, every single person in this room should have a complete physical at least once a year. And if you're not having blood work done, I'd like to know who your doctor is. This next one is huge. Diet soda. It is an oxymoron because it is not diet. What it is a glass full of chemicals that goes to your fat cells, because your body's like, what is this? I don't know where it goes. It makes you hungry. It increases hunger. Why do you think McDonald's is a multi-gazillion dollar company? How many people have gone, I'll have a Whopper with cheese, double order fries, I'll have an apple pie, and a diet soda, right? Okay? And exercising, all right, now I'm back up here with diet soda. It can give you headaches, sugar cravings, and weight gain. I have not had soda at all in years. It is so bad for you. All right, dehydration. This is huge. I write on your sheet 8 8-ounce glasses of water a day. There's 8 boxes. You check it. This here is what, everybody? How many ounces?
16.
16. Everyone should know that immediately. Let's say, how many ounces? 16. So how many of these do we need a day? 4. There's not enough participation on that. 4. So if we have 4 of these a day, we have achieved our water need. So I like to drink it. I put real water. I use these bottles so I can keep track of how much water I've drank, but I use like refrigerator water that I've purified and just put it in here. So You have 4 of those a day, you've met your water requirements. So many people are hungry, but they're really thirsty. If you have a bottle of water or 16 ounces of water before dinner, you will eat less and you'll feel more full. Now, you might not want to be up all night going to the bathroom. Now, I get up a lot and I don't mind it because I stagger in. It's very close to my bed, and then I go back because I don't want to give up my water. How much do you exercise? Now, here's this. Exercising too much can make you hungry, but I've never said that to a Pray It Off member, ever. In 19 years, never once on someone's log did I write these words, "You are exercising too much." Never, never. So if you think you're exercising too much and it's making you hungry, I want you to prove it to me, okay? All right, we're going to stop right there, Bobby.